Welcome to Play Branson, where you get to know Branson's entertainers better. Hi, my name's Chris Meyer, and I'm here with Haley Westrich. Haley, how are you doing today?
Doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing awesome.
Good.
But you know what? Summer's almost over.
I know. It's kind of depressing, but yet fall's a great time in Branson too, so it's exciting.
So, a lot of times if people are saying, hey, when's a good time to come to Branson? Sometimes I will tell them like the last 2 weeks of August, because a lot of the families have left and like the fall crowd isn't here. And so sometimes there's just a little lull that last 2 weeks of August.
It's a great time to come.
And it is a great time to come. So here, I know you told me this story the other day where you got stopped in the grocery store by some guy that said he loved our dumb questions and things that make you go,
Yes, it was hilarious.
And the other thing is we got a comment the other day from some guy that said, we needed to dust in the back. And so I want you to know, the guy that ever did that, I personally came in here and dusted. So your feedback is important to us.
Yes.
We don't necessarily always want dust feedback, but hey, anyway, we aim to please here. So, and they were giving me a hard time because I was dusting, and I'm like, I'm just trying to take care of our customers out there. So we're gonna keep doing the dumb questions. I stayed up really late last night thinking of these, or researching them, whatever you want to call it. So here's the dumb questions.
Okay.
Or things that make you go, Okay, you ready? First one, why can't we tickle ourselves?
That's true. Why can't we?
I can tickle you, but I can't tickle myself.
Yep.
Okay, that's an interesting, if some people are not going to like this next one, but I'm going to do it anyway. If bars aren't allowed to serve drunk people, then why is McDonald's still allowed to serve fat people? Ooh. That one's, the people they're laughing out there, but they know that could be touchy to some people. We got to have a little controversy every now and then. What do butterflies feel in their stomach when they're in love?
Oh, I don't know.
That's an interesting one. Okay, here it is. Here's the next one, the last dumb question, or things that make you go, Why is it said an alarm clock is going off when really it's turning on?
That's very true.
So, my son, like when the alarm clock goes off in his room, like he just doesn't even hear it. It's crazy. Okay, here is the thought-provoking question. This is an interesting one. Would you be willing to be extremely ugly physically if it meant you would live for 1,000 years at any physical age you chose? Now think about that. Would you, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, too.
That's right.
But would you be willing to be extremely ugly if you could live for 1,000 years?
I don't know about that. It'd be kind of difficult.
So my theory, now there's no stipulations on this, but my theory is you could just get plastic surgery.
That's true.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. So that's why don't you talk about that over the dinner table tonight? See what the rest of your family thinks.
Yes.
So tell us about our guest.
We've got a great guest today. He's a world-class illusionist. His name's Brad Ross from over at Branson Famous Theater. He's won a Merlin Award. He's toured all over the world, and he's been on over 500 television shows as well.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
Yes. Okay, folks, stay tuned. We're going to be right back with Brad Ross.
The Best Western Center Point Inn. It's Branson's top hotel in the heart of Branson's entertainment, next to the Titanic Museum. Relax in the indoor pool and hot tub. The hotel offers a variety of room types. Enjoy the free hot breakfast every day. For more information or to make reservations, call 1-877-334-1894.
Welcome back to Play Branson. We're here with Brad Ross today. And Brad, you've got a brand new show in town. And we'll talk about that in a minute, but welcome to Branson.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me on the show. I appreciate it.
It's great for you to hear, but you've got a long history, and you've been in the magic business, and talk to us, kind of give us a little bit of your history, so people know you better.
Absolutely. I started out as a kid, like most of us, with a little bit of an interest in magic. I had a magician perform at my 5th birthday party, and that's what we call in the magic business, bitten by the magic bug. So it was from that moment on that I just fell in love with this thing called magic. The illusions and the tricks, and the whole concept of wonder, and just anything is possible. And so that was the beginning of the journey. I went on to take some magic classes after school, started learning how to do tricks, got my own magic set, and so on and so forth. And I just really fell in love with it. And then as I got a little bit older, I started doing shows around my home state of New Jersey.
It's a long ways away.
It is a little bit of a long ways away, but started doing shows in and around New Jersey, the New York area. I grew up about 20 miles outside of Manhattan, and so there was lots of opportunities to perform, but I dreamt of getting to perform on the big stages and dreaming of someday performing on television. Now this was pre-YouTube, this was pre-internet, it was all of that, but being a stage magician, an illusionist is what I wanted to do. David Copperfield grew up about 8 miles from where I'm from in New Jersey, and so I always looked up to him that if there was a kid from New Jersey that had a dream and was able to accomplish it, why not me as well? Yeah. And so when I was about 13, I started doing birthday parties around the area and entertaining at local events, festivals, and fairs. Continued doing that all throughout high school and college. And then after college, I started working in the theme park industry and working several theme parks, Six Flags parks around the country. I did some cruise ships, cruising around Holland America and Carnival Cruise Lines. And then it was in 2005 that I was approached by a little company, maybe you've heard of them, Disney.
Wow.
Very, very unknown company. They approached me to come out on the road and star in a brand new show that they were creating called Disney Live, which was going to bring the magic of Disney and world-class illusions to families all over the world. So they scouted me out of literally hundreds of magicians that they were potentially going to cast.
That's great.
They invited me to come and star on the tour. I did that for 7 years, traveled to 5 continents, 25 countries. I performed the show in 16 different languages.
Now, when you say 16 languages,
I had to learn
those
lines. I don't want to make it sound like I don't speak 16 languages. I wish I did. But I had to learn my lines in each of those languages. And that was challenging when it came to Japanese or Chinese or Arabic. And, I can't even read it. And the locals would have to translate it for us into transliteration. Right. And but it was an incredible experience. I really got to see the world, get to experience different cultures. But I will say, hands down, having experienced all that, there is no place like performing right here in the United States. Yeah. And nothing gave me more pride than traveling overseas for a number of years than to come right back here to the USA.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you did that for a while, and of course having Disney on a resume or to work for them that long is pretty darn significant.
Yeah. It was incredible because it allowed me an opportunity to hone my craft and to learn about people, to learn about audiences, and to really feel comfortable in any kind of performing environment. It also inspired me to create the show that we've now brought right here to Branson, to the Branson Famous Theater. And people often come to see our show and they'll say, it's a little bit Disney, it's a little bit David Copperfield, and that's kind of what our approach is to share the wonder of magic with folks and to also, give them the world-class illusions, the cutting-edge magic, everything that we're known for, but to give them a feel-good experience so that they don't leave feeling tricked. I mean, you're going to be amazed and you'll be left on the edge of your seat, but you don't feel, no one's made to be fooled in that kind of a way. We want people to walk away with magic saying that was a show I'll remember for the rest of my life. That's what my goal is as a magician.
Good.
Yeah.
Now you haven't been, this is not your first time in Branson.
No, not at all.
What made you come to Branson?
So after touring for the 7 years that I worked with Disney, I had always known about Branson and the great family atmosphere here. And being an illusionist, that's the amazing thing about magic, is that magic crosses all age boundaries. And it's great, for moms, dads, kids, teens, grandparents. And so we were approached by Silver Dollar City. And they brought us here in 2014. And that's where we premiered segments of the current show that we're doing. But we fell in love with the area, just the community, the atmosphere here. We absolutely love it. So,
what's interesting is Silver Dollar City has brought so many different entertainers to town who have actually gone on to perform in theaters, and so over time you kind of see a trend that happens there. So you came to town, but it was kind of quick. Like one day, all of a sudden, there's a magic show at the Branson Famous Theater, which is where the Ball Knobbers are now. So, like, How did that happen? I mean, it was fast.
It was fast. It was fast. That's how we work. We just appear places, you know. You know, we had been looking at a place to set the show down for a while, and Branson was on the radar, and an opportunity came up for us to work with an established show that was here in the market for, I think Bald Knobbers are now here for 58 years.
Right.
And you know, we wanted to work with folks that that just knew the market very well, and so when the opportunity presented itself, they were looking for an afternoon show to come in and do a couple of nights a week as well, and so the opportunity presented itself, and that's kind of how I am just in general. You know, I'm a big believer in seizing the moment, and that's kind of how I've always my philosophy is, if the opportunity's there, you've got to seize it, because if opportunity knocks and you don't answer the door, you're never going to know that it was there.
Yep.
So,
well, this is a good place for us to stop. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back, and we might just see a few magic tricks. Welcome back to Play Branson. We're here with Brad Ross today. You just saw an awesome video to kind of highlight his show. And so, Brad, you said we'd maybe do a trick.
we're going to do some magic together, Chris. You ready? Are you ready?
I'm ready.
When folks come to see our show, they're going to get to see some incredible world-class illusions. You know, we have a really big show, full cast, and they're going to literally see incredible things. But I want to turn you into a magician today. So this is going to be a little close-up magic, if you would. Actually, one of the very first things I ever learned as a kid magician was the mystery of the Chinese rice paper. Got 2 pieces of Chinese rice paper from Shanghai, China. 2 pieces. That half is for you, Chris. Okay. This half is for me. In just a moment, everything you see me do, I want you to do too.
Okay.
So, Chris, if I go like that, what are you going to do? Good. If I go like that, what are you going to do? Oh, I got an understudy right over here. Perfect. All right. Hold the Chinese rice paper in front of you like so. We are going to tear down the middle on the count of 3, but you got to do it quickly. Quick. Tear. Get ready. 1, 2, 3. Tear it right down to the middle and stop just before you hit the edge.
Oh. I messed up.
We're going to do this the Chris Myers way. Here we go. Let's bring the right side up with a flourish. A flourish. Close enough. Down to the left. Tear the north off the top to the bottom to right, right to side, side to west, west to back, back to east, east to bottom. Or whatever you're doing over there. All right, good. Take all those shredded up bits of Chinese rice paper, squeeze them into a tiny little ball inside of your hand. Show your left hand empty. Give him the magic smile. Wave your hand over the top, and we're going to say the magic word. You ready? We're all going to say the magic words. All right. Brad Ross. Branson, you got to say it.
Brad Ross.
Branson Famous Theater.
Branson Famous Theater.
Everyone come see it.
Everyone come see it.
Those are the magic words. That's all it takes. We open up our hand to show everybody all of those shredded up bits of Chinese rice paper have transformed into an unbelievably cool, official Brad Ross Magic Dude hats.
All right.
For you.
Woo, yeah.
But now here's the best part. You've made an identical hat for me. So Chris, open up the one that's in your hand. Place it right up on top of my head.
Yeah.
Yep, just the one.
That didn't happen.
All right. All that. There
Good
we go.
job, though. That's pretty awesome. That's pretty
Great.
awesome. So there we go.
That's
Awesome.
a good look for you.
Yeah, I like it. That's pretty amazing. So that's great. That's great.
So tell us a little bit about your show.
So, you know, the whole story behind our show, Brad Ross, International Star Illusionist is the name of the show. And when I started to create this, I partnered with a gentleman by the name of Jim Steinmeier. And Jim is kind of like, I call him the Steven Spielberg of our industry. He has consulted and worked with every major magician from Doug Henning to David Copperfield, Siegfried and Roy, and so on and so forth. And Jim and I began working together on Mickey's Magic Show with Disney. And he wrote the show for me.
Okay.
And it's the story of my life wanting to become a magician, but told in a relatable way that, it really becomes about the audience. And everybody has dreams, everybody works towards something, and that's really what they're going to get to see. They're going to be inspired by the story. Regardless of what their dreams are, they're going to get to experience how one person followed his dreams. That's what really separates our show from all the other magic shows that are in town and just anywhere performing right now, is that our show is the magic show that will make you believe in magic, because it's not about the tricks. Again, you're going to see the amazing, incredible illusions, but it's not about that. It's about looking for the magic that's all around you. And that's one of the messages that we share, whether there's kids watching or teens or grandparents or moms and dads. The messaging is that magic is everywhere. It's in the new things, the old things, the surprising things. It's everywhere. And people, one of my favorite things actually happens after the show. People will send us messages on social media or send us emails, and they'll say, since we've been at your show, we're looking for the magic everywhere, or we're seeing the magic in everyday things.
Yeah. I always say
cool.
there's enough bad news out there. We need good news. And I think that's why a lot of times people want to come to Branson, is because there's a lot of good stuff happening here, and it's a place where you can still celebrate your country, God, and family, and so I think that's what a lot of people like.
It is, absolutely.
Tell people when the show is and what days you're performing.
Our shows are afternoons at 2 o'clock, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday evenings at 7 o'clock.
Okay.
So we're one of the only shows that happen in Branson on Sunday evenings. So I know a lot of folks are always looking for something to do, and that's why we wanted to make sure we provided some great entertainment on Sunday evenings for folks, and in the afternoon too. You could still make your dinner reservations. You could still make your evening show. You come see us at 2 o'clock.
And so you have another business, and I went to the website, and it's called Making Magic Money.
Or Make Magic Money.
Make Magic Money, or something like that, .com.
Yeah.
And so you also kind of teach other entertainers. Do you want to talk about that at all?
Sure. I actually work with, I truly love show business. I really do. It's the business side of, it's getting people to come see the show. It's just everything. P.T. Barnum was so much of an entrepreneur in everything that he did. And in show business, a lot of entertainers have a difficult time finding audiences to see their show and getting gigs and so on and so forth. So years ago, when I started studying marketing and PR and promotions, I started learning from other folks. And over the past dozen years or so, I've created the world's largest entertainment marketing company. So I help other solo entertainers, mostly magicians and variety performers, grow their businesses. We do a conference every year in November, and we bring in speakers and teachers from all over to help folks.
That's awesome.
And so, it's my way of giving back to the magic world and the variety community that I've been a part of.
Well, and Branson's probably a great place for you to try these things, because it's tough, especially, and I always say anytime anybody's opening a new show, it's just tough because you've got so many other shows. So I always just tell people, hang in there, keep going, and as long as you're giving people a great show, the word's going to get out, and it'll, sometimes that takes a little bit of time, but hang in there.
We're extremely proud of our show, and we have an incredible cast, incredible crew. We have 15 people that are working on our show every single day when we do it, plus our front of house staff, ushers, box office, and so on and so forth. And we have an incredible hardworking crew, and everyone just is such a team. In fact, folks that are watching will probably see the cast and I around town in Branson. We go out and do things together all the time. We really have a great little magic family, as we call it, and that's what's great about being here in Branson, just also getting to experience the other entertainment shows, everything. We're just super excited to be a part of the community.
Well, Brad, I wish we could talk longer, but we've got to end this segment of the show. So yeah, you'll have to come back, and hopefully we won't disappear. And so folks, be sure to go see Brad over at the Branson Famous Theater. I would keep wanting to call it the Ballknobber Theater, but they've changed the name. It's over on the former Acrobats of China Theater and down Highway 165. There's several things coming up. Prince Ivan's going to be at the Branson Landing on August 18th. The Southern Gospel Picnic out at Silver Dollar City starts in 2 weeks from today. And I've heard that you need to stay tuned to our Facebook page, because in coming weeks, we're going to actually show some of Brad's illusions up close. And folks, if you're planning to come to Branson, you're planning to come see shows, be sure to go visit ibranson.com, where you can buy show tickets to Brad's show, as well as many others, attractions, and hotels. Be sure to check them out at ibranson.com. And until next week, We thank you for watching. This is Play Branson, and we're over and out.